didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Well, she has the means and access. But things are rarely so cut and dry. Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. We have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you keeps the rumor mill at bay. If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. And you'll have no choice but to dispose of her. As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, Imogen would never allow it. She knows what fate lies ahead for those who betray this corporation and get caught. Don't put anything past her. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part. Imogen and I have frequent discussions over security, so the request shouldn't raise any red flags.
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op work, beginnings and ends, as it were.
Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. Let me guess. Looking for Imogen? Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work.
It's perfect. Well done. This should be enough to get me back in the field by next month.
She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure, probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. There are work skills and there are life skills. I can't help it if I have both. I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know? Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet. Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store on the outside, high-tech hideout on the inside. Of course, the only people that really know that are Ryujin, Bayu, and the Syndicate itself. Your guess is as good as mine, but she's up to something. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks, but this is my job, and there's a reason I'm in charge of the technicians here. Yeah, because bosses love it when you go around them. Have fun with that. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
What is it?
Ryujin CEO is no joke in the boardroom.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
No Imogene, I see. Could she really be onto us already? Of course, Yuko would know. If Imogene's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak with Benjamin Bayu. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. If we're lucky, he may even help us get to Imogene. Bayu owns the Sioka Syndicate. For you to walk in there without discussing it with him first could be seen as a violation of our business relationship. Good, because without it, this adds a complexity that we do not have time for. Head over to the trade tower and be discreet. Let Bayu know that you're there on Ryujin's behalf. He may ask for credits or even a favor. Just give him what he wants. It shouldn't be for anything unfamiliar. Bayu is a businessman. Any favor he may request wouldn't be far off from the assignments you have already completed here. If you think my job has been easy since learning about the mole, let me educate you. We've been working around the clock on security upgrades, rerunning background checks, and combing through timelines. Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she's truly the mole, she'll have a lot to answer to. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it as an admission of guilt. I'm afraid you'll have to dispose of her. Matters like these are handled within the corporation. The information we're dealing with is too sensitive for law enforcement, and their security leaves much to be desired. It wouldn't be long before the information was either leaked to the press or sold to yet another competitor. The risk of Imogene continuing to operate as a traitor is too high. If we don't dispose of her now, she could cause a great deal of harm to this company. She knows the consequences of betraying Ryujin, which makes her dangerous. If the situation does take a turn for the worse, I only ask that you perform a thorough search for any evidence she may have in her possession. I trust you won't let your past relationship cloud your judgment.
Keep it moving.
I don't recall sending for anyone. What do you want? It's been a very beneficial partnership. As long as we continue to look out for our mutual interests, I can't complain. No. You can always make time when it comes to an old friend. So, what would be the reason? I may consider Ryujin an ally, but Dalton especially knows I don't give anything blindly. As long as it doesn't involve the Syndicate members themselves, I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the Syndicate lets you in hassle-free, provided you do a little something for me. And what mutual benefit would that be? But I have nothing to gain either. Something worth considering. I'd hate to have a mess on my hands. All right. You talk a good game. And I suppose if we're looking at a mutually beneficial situation, there's no reason for me not to allow such a small favor. Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning, the Syndicate should let you search any common areas, but if anyone catches you snooping around private quarters, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities. I better not hear about any trouble down there. Not that it's any of your business, but yes, I'm the administrator of Neon. Actually, there are a lot of perks that come with the job. But do you want to know my favorite? One snap of my finger and people who ask too many questions get thrown off of the upper platform. I love that one. I wouldn't normally bother with idle chatter, but that's such a ridiculous question. I'm going to gift you with a response. I don't own Neon. Neon is the property of Xenofresh Fisheries, of which I just happen to be the CEO and the major majority stakeholder. Now, if you'd care to take a moment to dissect that statement in your tiny little mind, I'm confident you'll discover the answer to your question. We're done here.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. Fire up.
Sometimes that's just how things are.
Got the call someone's power kept going out.
Hope you're a paying customer. What'll it be? Oh, you're the one getting special treatment. I knew you was some sort of trouble. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. 3rd floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season. It ain't a threat if it's a rule, now is it? I'm more of an honorary member. I let them take up residence in the back, keep things looking legit. They keep this business afloat, so finances don't keep me up at night. Don't worry, she wouldn't be allowed up there either. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better. You try anything, you're dead. Back off.
Figured our paths would cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by all the syndicate here. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me. Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay? You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nix owed me a favor and gave me the heads up. I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me. You're trusting me on this one. Huh. Not to cast doubt on myself, but I fully expected to push my persuasion skills to the limit. Sometimes I think corporations harbor the worst people out there. But then, I come across people like you, and I'm reminded that ideas of fairness actually exist. This slate holds the evidence to prove my innocence. I just need you to make sure Dalton sees it. I won't forget it. And I have a feeling you wouldn't let me anyway. I'm going to stay here and lay low until I know where Dalton and Masako stand. In the meantime, I know you don't hear it too often, but thank you. I always believed that Olaru thought of me as her protege. But all this time, I was just a scapegoat.
No funny business.
Time like this, right?
I'm watching you.
Who's gonna stop me? You'll stop yourself if you're not careful. I knew a guy who said some time was so messed up on Aurora, he literally tripped while being chased by security. Fell right over the railing. You try anything, you're dead.
Okay, fine. You made your point. No dipping into the supply while on the job.
I'm watching.
Hold it right there. You aren't allowed on this floor. Yeah, right. You're in our territory here. The only way you get a private tour of our personal space is if you're dead. We may have had a few dealings in the past, but that doesn't make us friends. Now beat it. If I catch you trying anything again, I'll introduce your face to a few bullets.
Back off.
No funny business. No funny business. I'm watching you. Back off.
Recruits making stupid moves.
Back off.
Now I see why people fear us.
You really want to die hiding there? Oh, no, you don't! I will find you! Come back!
Shut up. I hear something. I'm telling you, I saw something move. These streets are ours! Ah!
Eyes and ears, we have company. Big mistake. You're
Everyone for themselves!
You picked the wrong fight.
Back out!
No,
die
die for this
shit!
shit. Who's that dad?
Screw this!
Well, look who's back. So tell me, what did you find out? If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk, and I can be a very patient person. Inside the Syndicate? That area is off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there. I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
Time to doubt myself.
Don't cause any trouble.
Is there something I can help you with? Excuse me? Let me close this door before you say anything else you might regret. Just a moment. Shutting the door and engaging the locks. That's better. And that's quite the story you just threw in my face. Not to mention a serious accusation. And just where is this absurd notion coming from? Perhaps you do have an advantage here. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd, but I'm no mole. With the amount of secrecy and security surrounding that project, I'm happy to report that's true. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead. A CEO who can make the hard decisions. What do you think? If someone was a threat to your family, would you be satisfied waiting for them to strike? Of course not. You'd eliminate the threat before it had a chance to act. In some cases, before it even realized what it was capable of. It's all part of my plan. But don't worry. Infinity Ltd will never be able to complete Vina's work. I made sure of that. It was never my intent to involve Imogene. But when you arrived with information on Project Dominion, I knew Infinity had screwed up. I had no choice but to act fast. Imogene is the only one that Dalton and the others would believe was capable of pulling this off. It had to be her. Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. Today, they're more about ensuring success, by any means necessary. So, Now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's? I'm disappointed in you, Op. And here I thought you had a good eye for opportunity. The only way you stop me from carrying out my plans to depose Masako is to kill me. You could try to get me fired, but that only delays my plans. Face it, this isn't a game you can win. Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have is circumstantial at best. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure the odds are in my favor. I admit, I misjudged Infinity Ltd's level of competency. If only I'd have gone to see Simon myself, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But I've learned from that mistake. So good luck. You won't find a thing. I'm disappointed in you, Op. I never thought you'd take the weaker side.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
You're back. And Imogene? I suppose you suddenly have all the facts now. This explanation better be good. I've a mind to fire you just for that comment. I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate herself. But if this slate provides indisputable evidence to corroborate your story, that's enough proof for me. It will be a relief to reinstate Imogene as well. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd and their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you. Just take the elevator down to Research and Development. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left as you enter the floor. Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray Decaris, Ryujin's founder. Not that I enjoy it, but I wouldn't trust anyone but myself with these reports as it is.